Hi folks, it's Alexa, otherwise known as the Barefoot Witch, and today I thought I would show you through my working book. This is not my grimoire, this is just a book where I write all the information that I want in one place. So we have this massive sabbatic goat sticker, which doesn't really mean anything, it's just to keep prying eyes from looking in this book. So let's get started. So I have some information on Hecate or Hecate, lots of Hecate stuff. Yep, more Hecate. Yep, more Hecate. Then we have some plants associated with Hecate. We have a house cleansing ritual, which is fantastic. That's from flyingthehedge.com. So that's that. We have a Book of Shadows blessing and a botanical protection spell for a Book of Shadows. We have the difference between jinxes, hexes and curses. We have some poisonous herbs, such as belladonna and mandrake. How to dry herbs, some information on lavender, daffodils in magic, the witch bones, which are a very old form of divination. So how to create your own witch bones, then the meanings of the different witch bones. Then we have an ancestor communication spell. We have a protection chant. We have different ways to ward. So sigil warding and botanical warding. Botanicals for protection. We have the horn skull in traditional witchcraft. The witch's nail. We have hawthorn trees. We have the folklore of nettles. We have a poem by my friend Catherine of Cosmic Weird. We have Nightshade and the Nightshade family. More on Nightshade and the Nightshade family. We have the phases of the moon, because that's always useful. And then the moon phases. We have witch bottles, witch balls, poppet magic. We have common herbs and plants and what they're used for. Herbs of the dead. Sacred herbs of the winter solstice. We have more common plants. We have a spirit protection spell for Samhain. Initiation in traditional witchcraft. We have a Scottish goddess who's a bit like the Scottish Hecate. We have traditional witchcraft and Wicca, the differences. We have cursing, quite a lot on cursing, because it is a big topic. We have a few curses, how to break a curse. More cursing. We have blood magic. More blood magic. Knot spells. Knot spells. Sigils and how to create sigils. That's quite a large thing on how to create sigils. We have graveyard dirt. We have communicating with the spirits, a few do's and don'ts, graveyard and graveyard magic, and some graveyard superstitions. This book is quite dark. We have candle magic, hot foot powder and black salt. We have my own personal black salt recipe, who is Baphomet. Then we have my Grimoire Checklist, which there's a spare page there because this always changes. How to write spells. Coffin nails, ancestor shrines and altars. spirit vessels, which is all part of ancestor veneration. We have shadow work. We have To Call the Dark Man by Gemma Gary. We have some powders. A spell to remove toxic people. More spirit work, why you can talk to the spirits courageously, why you don't have to be afraid. The Dumb Supper, so that's all about All Hallows. Then we have herbs for prosperity. We then have, what do we have here? Making rowan berry charms. We then have the Witch's Ladder. We then have Talking to Your Ancestors, my mulled wine recipe, Forest Spirits. Then we've got pine cones, a very old hot foot powder recipe. What else have we got? Got the Mythology and Folklore of Bees. How to cast spells without any tools, because that is always useful. Then we have a chant for Hecate. We have mugwort, how to make an ointment. Making flower essences. And then we've got Four Thieves vinegar, Four Thieves oil. And here we have my section on the herbs that I have in my witchy cabinet. And there's quite a few of them. There's things like rue, mugwort, juniper berries, wormwood, rowan berries, oak bark, mandrake root, mullein, hawthorn, thyme, rosemary. Then we have some signs and sigils. We have the Caliash, who is the Scottish goddess of winter, how to bond with your familiars, and animal familiars in witchcraft, spirit familiars. Then we have Moonflower versus Datura, because they're both two plants that look very similar. And then we have a bit more on Hecate, Hecate's Night. We have Witch Powder, the Dark Mirror, or the Obsidian Mirror. We then have some Scottish folklore from the part of the Highlands that I'm from. These are very, very local to me. And then we have a few blank pages, and that is it. That is an example of a traditional witch's working black book. I hope you guys found this interesting. If there's anything specific in here that you want me to talk about, leave a question or a comment below, and stay magical.